being single can be such a good thing. Like, it comes with a lot of freedom of movement, freedom of, you're not answerable to anyone. You can go to whichever place you want at whichever time that you want. But I think at the same time, when you're single, there's a lot that goes down. Like, it becomes so lonely, especially when you want to share like some things with someone else. Like, I know that of course you'll have a friend, you'll have maybe your mom, you'll have your family members you can share with them, but at some point in life, I think there's just that feeling that you just want to share with someone that loves you, a male version. You can have, of course, male friends, but it's different when it comes to sharing stuff with someone that you're in a relationship with. It's totally different. So a couple of years back, I was very single, like super single. And there's a reason why I'm saying super single, because someone can be single but they still have other people on the side, you get. But now when you're single, like you're legitly single. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I was in that situation, and I remember it was on a weekend. Definitely on Friday there was a holiday, so I stayed at home on Friday, I stayed at home on Saturday, and then now on Sunday. So before I continue, what's up guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for coming. If it's your second time or third time, or you're always a member of this family, just know that I really do appreciate you. So today is story time. Yes, it's been a while since I did those, and I think the last one I did was about my the relationship, about my best friend back then, about Tisha. And by the way, if you didn't watch that, you can click on the link popping right there, go watch it, and then come back, or maybe continue this one and then you'll go watch it. I'll also leave a couple of links that about my story times, all the stories that I've shared on this channel, on my description box. So if you want to hear about something like about me, because on Storytime that's where I get to share with people all about me, like in terms of personal stuff, yeah, let me call it that. Yeah, so anyway, let's get into this story. So you've seen the title,
my first Tinder date experience.
So yeah, so as I said, it was on a weekend. Yes, so on Friday was a holiday, so I was super lonely, and I was in the house alone. Then on Saturday, back then I was still employed, so of course I was off, so I wasn't going to work on Friday, so I was home. So I was so lonely at home, so I decided to check online dating platforms. Like, there's so many online platforms out there for dating, and yeah, so I decided to check out Tinder. And most of the people usually say that Tinder is very dirty, or rather the people who are on Tinder are very perverted, which is very true, because I feel like it's not only on Tinder, but you'll find even this perverted people in real life, and you'll even find them on Facebook, you'll find them everywhere. So Tinder is just one of those places. So yeah, so I went to Tinder. Yes, I joined Tinder. So I started swiping right and left. There's this guy who had swiped right on my picture, and of course I checked out the guy's profile. It was really looking good, so of course that's how it started. So I started chatting with the guy. I also did swipe right, and then we started chatting, so conversation started flowing, and I felt like they were so intelligent, like in terms of the kind of conversation we were having, were very decent conversation. And this Tinder, remember, many people used to say that people like sending nude pictures and all that, but the moment, like, I think we did chat for hours and hours, and this guy didn't ask for anything. So I was just like, this guy really looks good. One thing led to another, and then of course we did exchange our WhatsApp numbers. He gave me his number, which was not a Kenyan number, and yeah, he told me that he's not Kenyan. Of course, during our chats he was saying that he's not Kenyan, he's only here for work. He's been here for work for like a year. He's supposed to be here for like 2 years. So of course we started chatting. Oh my god, when you're lonely in the house, then it was a bit cold, like just right now it's very chilly, by the way. So it was a bit cold, and of course when you have someone that you can chat with, you're just, the conversation was just flowing, and I was enjoying the conversation. So that was on Friday. Then on Saturday we started talking. The guy started talking about I think his work here, and how he's finding Kenya, and like he really loved Kenya, and he was thinking of even staying here for quite some, like longer, like extend his time here if the work will allow. So I was like, interesting, this guy seems to be serious. So have you ever seen a guy, like, he was really looking good? Like, I don't know who I can compare him with, but he was really looking good. When I say looking good, please trust me, he was really looking good. Yeah. So then we did exchange pictures, and I think we exchanged almost like 10 pictures, like he sent me some of his pictures, like almost 10 pictures. And yeah, the guy was really looking good. I think I've said that so many times, but yeah, the guy was really looking good. So anyway, Saturday we were talking about how he was thinking of extending his stay in Kenya. Then on Sunday morning he was like, damn, we've been talking since Friday, can we just link up? And then I was like, you know what, me being lonely here, what's the point of me saying no to this date? So I was like, yeah, I'll definitely come for the date. So the guy who was staying at a place that is about 30 minutes from where I was staying then, and I was like, you know what, we can meet halfway. So we decided to meet at Yaya Center. If you're in Kenya, Nairobi, you know where Yaya Center is. So we decided to meet at Yaya Center at that place there's a restaurant called Sierra. So I was the one who selected that. So I was like, you know what, yeah, Sierra I think is a good place for maybe meeting someone for the first time. So I was like, yeah, cool. So that Sunday, I'm actually fast forwarding this story, but yes, we did a lot of chatting before the date happened. So I was just like, you know what else can I lose? I mean, just going to meet someone who looks so good and they sound so interesting. And even remember at some point, this is the problem with that sometimes, especially when you've been single for a while. So when you start chatting with someone, like, for maybe just for me, but most of the time you even picture yourself, like the guy was really looking good until I started thinking of how our kids would look like, how it will be just living with him, how it will be working with this particular guy. He was very tall, that perfect height that I just wanted, you know, like, you know, when you wear your heels and then yeah, you walk together, you just be the best couple, you know, that particular couple. Yes. So that Sunday, the guy said hi, and then I said, of course, hi back, and then we started chatting again. Like, he was just checking up on me, and then he asked me if you're still on for the evening at 5 p.m. because we had agreed. He wanted us to meet at 4, but I was like, 4 is a bit early, so maybe we can do 5 p.m. So yeah, so we agreed because I was thinking of going to have dinner and then come back home, you know, to my house. So those are some of the advantages of when you're going for dates and you're living alone, so you don't have to cook back at home. So yeah, so I was just taking that advantage. Yes. So that same Sunday around 3 p.m. the guy texted me and was like, hey, so he told me that there's some guys, the guys who usually do cleaning for him came to the house and took the clothes for dry cleaning. So I was like, okay. And then he kept on going and said that, you know what, like, I really need, if you have M-Pesa, there's this app that Kenyans use called called M-Pesa. Maybe if you have some, like maybe 3,500, you can send me, and then when we link up, I'll be able to give it back to you, because I have my card and I can't, like, they don't have the PDQ machine. So I was like, okay. Then I asked, are they the ones who've been doing your dry cleaning? And then the guy was like, yeah, they're the ones who've been doing it. So I was like, if your continuous client, like that is the apartment where you're staying, you're not planning to move out, like you'll still be there in the evening and you'll be there tomorrow, just tell them to give you the clothes and then they can come back for the money tomorrow. Once we link up at Air Center, then you'll be able to withdraw money and then go back with it. So the moment that guy said that, I just felt like, why would he ask for money? Because I'm like, okay, maybe things do happen, like it's possible someone will not have cash and then someone, they want to use cash, but I just didn't feel right to give this guy that money. I had the money on my M-Pesa, but I just didn't feel, you know, to send it, because it was like, why would you, like, if there are people, because when I started asking him that, are they the ones who've been doing your laundry, and then they were like, the guy was like, yeah, and then it started just you know, over text messages you can always read someone's mood, and I was able to read this guy's mood. Like, he just started changing, like, you know, his mood just started changing all of a sudden after I said that, no, unfortunately I'm not able to pay because I don't have that money. Now I'm also planning to use my card. So so I knew that. Then it just started changing. Then that was around 3 p.m. and then around 4 p.m. of course I was preparing, so I dressed up, I chose my best, oh my god, I wish I could just send you there, like show you guys a picture of what I had, but I don't know if I took a picture. But you know, that all weekend, like before even that, I was always feeling lonely over the weekends in the house, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. So I was so happy to go on a date, so I was looking forward to such an event. So as soon as it got to 4 p.m. I started dressing up, I was doing my makeup, I was just looking forward to this date. Like, this guy from the pictures that he sent me, he was someone who knew how to dress up, like he was really looking good in those pictures. So I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy down, so I was going to, you know, my A game. So I did makeup at that time. I did, like, I was wearing, imagine, I went bold, so I was wearing some red dress and I was just looking good, and I just had to wear some Olivia Pope jacket because it was a bit chilly during that time. It was during those rainy seasons. So I was like, hey, okay. So I was just looking forward to that date. So I left the house a few minutes to 5. So on a Sunday, the roads are usually very clear. So I was like, even if I leave like 10 minutes to time, I'll definitely get there. So I left the house a few minutes to 5. When it got to, there's this roundabout around Daystar. So I decided to call this guy just to find out where he was. Because there's a number that he sent me when he was talking about M-Pesa, and then he was like, you know, you can send it to this number, blah, blah, blah. So I tried calling that number because that's the number I could call. The other number, of course, it wasn't Kenyan, so there's no way I was going to call it. So I called that number. It was Integer. Because when I was leaving my house, I texted him and told him that I'm actually leaving the house. I'm on my way, like I'll be there in a few minutes. And he said, all right. Then now when I was there, after calling and the number wasn't going through, I decided to do what? To text on WhatsApp. So when I went to WhatsApp, oh my God, like even his profile had disappeared. So I was like, what the hell, what's going on? And then I just realized, because on my way I was just feeling like I don't think this date is actually going to be a real date, because maybe no, but I just started feeling that way, that it wasn't going to be a real date. So oh my God, sorry. So I did I did check again, like I checked, I was like, I'm almost there, are you there? No reply, it wasn't even delivered. So I think the guy had blocked me, and I just decided to go ahead. So I wasn't even telling the cab guy what was going on, but I just decided to go ahead with my plans. And I went to Sierra. I got there, I went to Sierra, and then I just sat at a place. I was trying to look around if there's anyone like him. There was no one like him. The person I saw in the pictures, there was no one like that person. So I just ordered for my meal, and I ate. And then I was just there laughing at myself, telling myself that, oh my God, I've come to this date alone. So that's when it hit me that, so this guy is just one of those people who are just trying to get money. So I can only imagine how many people he did con, like people were able to send him that money, because I'm sure he did that to so many people. So when I got there, I was just eating, and I'm glad. I'm like, thank God I didn't send that 3,500. 3,500, by the way, is $35, in case you have no idea. So 3,500 Kenya shillings. So $35 would have just gone like that. So I went there and ate. In fact, I spent less than that, $35. And yeah, I just enjoyed my time there. And that's how my first Tinder date experience went. It did not even happen. Yes. So I sat there and ate. And then later on, I just, went back home. Took a cab and then went back home. And that's how my date was. So sometimes being single, oh my God, like, where? I don't even think I stayed on that app for so long, because I think I just left. And yeah, but I'm sure there are many apps that work. Remember I'd mentioned earlier that there are some people that I know who met on Tinder and they've been married for 5 years. So it depends. You can meet your partner anywhere. So because of my bad experience on Tinder, rather, the guy who wanted to con me a note, yeah, so because of my bad experience, don't think that it doesn't work. It do work for some people. It can work for you. So anywhere you decide to go, just any online platform you decide to go and find your, significant other, it's okay. Just go and try. You never know. At least I tried. That's how it went. That's the end of this story. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like it, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to press on that button. And until next time, good people, kisses to you.